Hello, this is Wmpyr. Okay, so I have a GIF file for you guys here. It's Rikidozan versus Kimura. Three strikes he's going to do right now. One, number two, and number three. Kimura obviously goes down at number three, but to me, the one that I really want you guys to focus on is the second strike. That's number one. This one right here, that second one is the one I want you guys to focus on. Why? Because I feel like you could see it the best. Um, so anyway, before I get into this, I got a question. It says from Marco PC4IS Wmpyr. What's your opinion about palm strike, hammer fist, edge of the hand strike in a street fight? Are they the same effectiveness like that of a fist strike? And my answer to that is um, pretty much no. We're talking about the palm strike, the hammer fist, the edge of the hand strike, and a punch. All of those are different tools. That's the way I like to view it. So it's like comparing a hammer with a wrench with a screwdriver. Okay, so which one is the most effective? It depends on the situation, right? It depends on how you use it and when and for what kind of situation you're using it for. So sometimes the hammer is going to be more useful. Sometimes you need a screwdriver. Sometimes you need a wrench. It just depends, right? So that's what I think. Those are different tools, all right? That being said, at the end of the day, I feel like when you are in a situation where you can use anything out of these techniques, then the punch is the one that causes the most damage. And like for example, you look at Boss Rutan. Boss Rutan competed in Pancrase where they had to do open palm strikes to the face. Okay, so they had to do open palm strikes, and he was known to be one of the best stand-up strikers in the world of Pancrase. However, when he went to the UFC, he could have used open palm strikes, but no, he chose to punch. He chose to punch. Why? Yes, he's wearing gloves, but he could have still done open palm strikes. He threw punches. To me, that says a lot. That means punches are probably the most effective strike that you can have. Now, that being said, you cannot ignore that with a punch, you could really hurt your hand. So if that's the case, then a palm strike starts to become more desirable, right? Because you cannot ignore things like that. So then a hammer fist or edge of the hand strike starts to make more sense, all right? So anyway, I hope that kind of answers that question. Now, right here, okay, the guy in the left is Rikidozan, who is the father of Japanese pro wrestling. The guy in the right that got knocked out, that is the legendary Kimura, who fought Helio Gracie. He's considered the best judoka to ever have existed in Japan, period. Okay, so they had a falling out. Is right here. Kimura had challenged Rikidozan to a match, and it was supposed to be worked. Kimura didn't know that Rikidozan was pretty upset about being challenged like this. And Rikidozan, I think, at some point decided to put Kimura in his place. And so he basically backstabbed the guy. So Kimura here doesn't want to fight. And he's going, what the hell happened? We were supposed to, put on an entertainment match. This was supposed to be a worked bout. But Kimura, decided to go, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm going to finish this guy. This guy gets on my nerves. I'm going to take him out. And, in all honesty, if they had fought, if they said, we're going to fight, it's not going to be sports entertainment, it's not going to be professional wrestling, we're just going to fight, I bet 10 times out of 10, Kimura would have won. Okay. But in this situation where Kimura did not want to fight, he didn't know it was going to turn into a fight, he didn't know he was going to get betrayed, you cannot ignore the fact that Rikidozan is a bigger dude. He's heavier. He's very strong. He hits incredibly hard. And really, if that's the case, that's all you need. Really, you don't even have to be an expert striker, just the fact that you can hit hard. And I think history kind of repeats itself. The same thing, in my opinion, happened to Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock, who, it's a different situation, but Ken Shamrock, who was ready to fight, he got backstabbed in a way. I mean, he got attacked from behind, I think. I wasn't there. Even Ken Shamrock is not 100% sure what exactly happened, but it sounds like he was attacked, a cheap shot from, you know, came out of nowhere. And if it was a normal fight, one-on-one fight, they could have done it 10 times. I bet all 10 times Ken Shamrock probably would have won, and probably easily too. All right. But in a street situation where it wasn't a street, it was in a hotel room, but in that kind of situation where anything goes, if the guy is big enough, and the Nasty Boys, is it Jerry Sags? I don't even remember. Knobs and Sags, I think is the name. So I think Sags was the one that did it. He's a big enough guy who's been in enough bar fights that he can hit hard. He was a bouncer, I think. So the guy knows how to hit hard, and the guy's a big dude. That's all you need, really, if you're able to cheap shot somebody. So he cheap shotted Ken Shamrock, who's a better fighter, and that's really all you need. So anyway, this is a similar situation. You got a big, strong guy that is capable of knocking you out. Is capable of hurting you. It doesn't matter who you are. Okay, so this is what happened to Kimura. So there's 3 shots, once again, right here. 1, 2, and 3. The second shot is the one where you can see it the best. And when you look at that second shot, boom! To me, it looks like he's hitting with a palm heel. All right? It's a palm heel, but it's coming from the side, almost like a hook, like a long hook. So he's throwing it almost like a punch, but it is a palm heel, what it looks like to me. And it almost looks like it could be a chop. So I feel like it has characteristics of a palm heel strike, a slap, a punch, and a chop. Okay, so it has characteristics of all 4 of those things. To me, this is a devastating, devastating shot, and I feel like that second shot is the one that really took him out. Kimura goes down after the 3rd shot, but I feel like the second shot really is what did it. Now, I could be 100% wrong about that, It just looks like that to me, because the 3rd shot doesn't look that powerful. I could be wrong. Maybe the 3rd shot did land hard, but it just looks more like a slap to me. And in fact, it looks like a slap with just the fingers to me. But it's hard to see. It's really hard to tell from just this angle alone. But either way, the second shot to me really shows the type of strike that this guy was laying in on Kimura when he became serious. So this is different from his pro wrestling chop that he was known for. He was known for doing the karate chop techniques. That was kind of like his signature move. Not kind of. That was his signature move in the world of professional wrestling for Rikidozan. And here, he's not doing it like that. It is different. And Gichin Funakoshi, in his book, talked about, he said that the karate chop is very popular in the world of professional wrestling, but it's very different from the way that he throws it and the way that he teaches his students to throw it in his karate system. So I'm trying to tell you guys that Rikidozan in professional wrestling, the way he threw the karate chop was its own unique thing. Now, when he decided to turn it on for real, not saying that professional wrestling is fake, it is sports entertainment. So the way he does it in sports entertainment and the way he does it when he's trying to really hurt someone is 2 different methods, is what I've noticed. And here, this is what you guys are seeing is when he's trying to take someone out. And it has the characteristics of, once again, multiple techniques, which kind of reminds me of Captain Fairbairn. So that's all I wanted to say. That's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.